Sister Yaya, you got something to say? Sister Wani, Brother Immortal?
Well, I never found out why he was calling everybody a bitch.
You're probably not going to. What you're going to do is, okay, so whoever's going to watch this YouTube video, because I already clicked on it and disliked it. I'm petty as hell. Yeah. I just go on it just to dislike it. Yeah, that's what I did. But whoever...
I just saw the parts where he was calling everybody bitches in the group. So is it a longer video that leads up to that? Is that what I'm missing? Because I don't really want to watch his long video unless it's going to explain. I don't watch his videos, but
he was just projecting.
Why?
Because he got called out for using Secure the Tribe hashtag. You feel me? Like, that's pretty much what that was about. And then it turned into, oh, well, let me just link up with anybody who has an issue or an opposing view. And then now we have this, everybody hurt my feelings ass shit. It's like, bruh, people hurt my feelings every day. I respond with an insult. I'm lying. Don't hurt my damn feelings every day, but some of this shit gets to me. You feel me? We all human, bro. Like, for real. But I get off the app, like, for real. I'll say, hey, y'all, I'll be back in a couple weeks. I'll be back in a week. Ask Sonny, ask Sister Yaya, ask Tribe. You feel me? Everybody needs mental health breaks. You feel me? That's fine. Don't have a meltdown on Twitter. You can't take it back. Once it hits the internet, you can't take it back. So act accordingly, Negroes. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
I have seen several Twitter breakdowns, and it's sad. It's sad because no one stops them, and they let them, like, they keep putting batteries in their back, and they allow them to do the talking for them, to do their distraction while they do wild ass shit. And I'm just like, wow, that is so, unfortunate. I remember I thought I helped save a life with that weirdo. He was in there. I mixed my medications and was slurring his words and shit. I had to divert the space and tried to tell this nigga to get off of here and dial 911. Like, what the fuck? And then he came back with his hair flip again. Adonis, that's his name. That fucking weirdo. So yeah, it and I think it's just horrible of the people that watch the breakdown happen in their space and don't address it. I'd be like, ooh, you're a mean person. But yeah, don't do the Twitter breakdown. I'm here to tell you, I've seen it several times. Brother JL did it one day. It's very unattractive.
Yep. And it's okay, but also saying I don't agree. We can agree to disagree. Not you. Everybody goes, I have to have a response after you say something. I'm a respond. This is what I've been noticing too. That passive aggressive shit. Oh, let's have an open conversation. And then when somebody says something that isn't wrong, it just isn't it isn't their line of thinking. Oh, let me respond to that and say the same thing that I said afterwards, and then let somebody else go. I'm like, no, let me go again. Fuck that. You feel that? Nope. I'm a Libra. It got to be even. Nope. No, you're not about to go after me. No, I'm finna go again now. You know what I'm saying? No. I thought it was an open conversation. Oh, I got to respond to everything. I guess. I don't know.
It has a lot to do with birth charts too. You're the youngest, so you've always been allowed to, you know what I'm saying? You had hella people listening to you. Sometimes when you're the oldest, you get shut down. Vice versa too. Sometimes when you're the youngest, it's too many people ahead of you, so you don't be getting a voice. So you got to take your motherfucking voice every time you get a chance. You go, fuck you niggas, I'm getting my word in, right? And vice versa for the other one. So falling in the beginning and in the end, a lot of times those people have a lot of things in common. When you fall in the middle, that's a whole nother beast of trying to, create your individualism and get your voice heard.
Hey, calm your ass down. Oh, my bad, y'all. But hey, that was a question. If anybody ain't answered the question, you want to answer the question, it's at the top. Are we afraid to hold popular people accountable? That was the question. You feel me? Because sometimes it seemed like it to me. Just my observation. Not from certain individuals, but to certain individuals, I see it. So that's the question.
Not with Secure the Tribe. Not with Secure the Tribe. Everybody has been publicly hogged.
People went through the exorcism. Go ahead, Sidoni.
I try to hold people accountable, but what happens is I will hold them accountable. I will block them. And then other people around me will not. And so they end up back in the space like what happened last night. So I really don't know the remedy, because it's like if they want to chill with the person, or if they feel like the person is funny or whatever it is, they're going to end up in the space. So I have seen people sign the FBA as a hate group petition. I have seen them bash what we're doing, say they don't believe in lineage, that we're all black, and still come into the room. Not just one person, multiple people still show up in the room. The last one is Irie. I don't care how many uh, pieces of evidence you lay on the table. They're still going to have him in the room, and he's still going to be arguing with us about calling ourselves Negro. This is a perfect example of that. The Irie issue. Irie means pleasant, nice. It's a Jamaican word, and he's in Canada, which is heavily Caribbean. And I'm not supposed to notice that. He was also heard speaking patois. I'm not supposed to notice any of that stuff. That's one thing. And then the other thing with the Negro, when he was explained what the issues were with trying to make that a legal designation, he didn't want to hear it. And when I tried to explain, one of his buddies did not understand freedmen properly, so I explained that, and he started attacking me in the tweets, showing me parts of letters, trying to convince me that white people were all called freedmen, when they were actually, in that article, they were called refugees, white refugees and black freedmen. And I didn't even want to go back and forth with him on the word freedom, but he has a cult type of group around him that wants to fight over Negro, as though I hate the word Negro. And I don't. So they're fighting me sideways. I had to block two of them. I do think he has a cult going in mentally, some sort of control over these people's minds. And they're fighting. They are fighting really hard. I don't understand it. But he's extremely suspect because of all of his Caribbean uh, things around him, and his just trying to push that word. But even though we have all this evidence that would make him guilty in court, if we took to court, a jury would find him guilty of being Caribbean and Jamaican and not even in America. He would be irrelevant to what we're doing. But because they want to chill with him, and he's cool to certain people and they like him and vibe with him, he and his friends will end up in the space doing the same thing that they did. So I don't have the ability to stop people because of that example that I just gave.
You just send it my way, Sister Wani. You feel me? Y'all see some shit? Just send it in my DMs. You know what I'm talking about? Fuck it. Somebody got to do it. You feel me? Facts. Blocked. I'm talking about Blizzard. Get their ass out the paint. Fuck is you in a room with me for? Stop it. And I'll say something else too before I let these hands go. Everybody else that's jealous, because it's clearly jealousy, why don't you focus on being the best amongst your people? Because it's not. Try to be the best, man. That's it. Don't worry about little old us. If we so little and we ain't do nothing, how y'all say? Stop worried about us, man. Go ahead, brother Immortal.
Yeah, fam. Are we afraid to hold popular people accountable? I think there's a lot of that going on. Because when I see people do the type of thing that Liz S, the elite, does, how can you prop that up? Like, what's on your mind? You know what I'm saying? Like that whole B1 thing. Nobody was tripping off that bullshit for real. Niggas was running around hollering B1 and nobody gave a shit. It wasn't until he wanted to make the distinction. He wanted to make sure that, because he see us delineating, and he got his philosophy with B1. Okay, no, we didn't care. And he made sure to keep going back and forth until he got somebody to say, hey, look, listen, I'm not, if B1 means that we dealing with the whole diaspora, I don't want to do that. So, no, I'm not doing that. He took that and just ran with it and made it like it was something personal against Jason Black, made it like it was something personal against everybody who do B1. Nah, do you. Just do you. If that's what you want to do you. Because I look at it from a codified thing. Hey, look, you can't bring a black person, a white person, you can't bring him around us and tell us, oh, nah, he's cool. Nah, the code say each and every black person have to decide for themselves whether or not a white person is a white supremacist or not. That's code. So we delineate further and we say, hey, you can't just bring somebody that ain't a part of our lineage around and think that we just gonna throw them automatic pass. No, whoever you bring around, if they not a member of our lineage, hey, we delineate. So you can't vouch for them. They have to vouch for themselves to each and every one of us, just like the white supremacists do. And that's code. And there's no reason why anyone should be mad at that. You want to deal with them, you want to hang with Rich and let them call us hard ER niggas, and you want to hang with Tethers and have them disrespect the men, women, and children who put in the work around here. You know, I don't understand that. How you go in rooms with people who never really listen to what he says in his rooms, and then they prop him up like he's the greatest thing ever. Some very popular people keep doing that shit. He tethering 1 minute, the next minute he on there kissing somebody's ass. Oh, I did this for you. Oh, I was there, and hey, I supported this, and name dropping. Man, y'all should tell that dude keep y'all name out of his mouth, and so you won't be in so much mess, keeping up so much mess. That shit is stupid to me. So yeah, holding people accountable. Jason Black shouldn't be passing this nigga a mic. Is you listening to this dude? You should be. I don't got shit against Jason Black except for his disrespect to the people who I respect. You know, that's the only problem I got with him, and he does that often. So that's hey, nobody's perfect, and neither is he. I'm not perfect, and neither is Jason Black. So all that hero worship, all that leader worship, y'all need to get off that shit. When I fuck up, somebody need to say something. When he fucks up, somebody need to say something. If Afro Elite fuck up, somebody need to say something. Like it has been said in here before. Hey, Tribe, we don't play that shit. They put you on Front Street and see what's up with you for real. And so I'm gonna land it with that. Yeah, I'm looking real side eye at anybody that's fucking with that dude heavy like that. Just throw him on mic and let him run on and lie. Man, I'm sick of that shit. And him and motherfuckers like him, not just him. Him and all the motherfuckers like him. So I'm gonna land it with that.
Yeah, brother Immortal, you know, the space got ended when I came up there. I said I was coming up there to bring problems. You know, it's a Libra. Either I can bring balance or chaos. But gotta be said, you know what I'm saying? What's happening? You feel me? What, are we going to have this conversation or not? Are we going to just keep acting like you know, these spaces aren't being hit? We're going to just keep acting? So, yeah, when I brought it up the attention, you know, spaces magically ended, you know, so I feel the same way, brother. Go ahead,
Yo,
Conscious.
what's going on? You're feeling neighborhood couch outlaw media checking in off the bench for a couple of days, a little hiatus, and I'm gonna just answer the question: are we afraid to hold popular people accountable? Definitely, indubitably, yes. Yes, we are. And the reason why is because there's consequences when you hold popular people accountable. Because if you don't have enough people behind you that want to hold that popular person accountable, they shift their guns onto you and they make you look like the crazy person. Even if later on down the line you become vindicated, your vindication will become like sour grapes because no one will actually say that you were the one that planned out the situation. So, in the quick synopsis, yes, we are very afraid to hold public people accountable. Just like Irie Farmer, I put a space on him about an hour after the blow up. And I said the same thing Sister Wani said. So he's holding a cult. I gave him a chance to vindicate himself, come into a space, co-host with Jake or whoever wanted to talk to him, let the family talk to him. He didn't want to do that. He opened up an opposing space with his little cult. And then he didn't want to stand in the paint. He didn't want to hold down his arguments. He didn't want to stand in a room with a bunch of big brains that could beat him down and make him submit. So he decided to just run off to his little corner. So I officially nominated him for the Bitch Ass Nigga Award. So, that award is running. I have a few nominations that goes up every April. So I will just land that right there. Thank you very much. I got to go back to my hyperbolic time chamber and continue practicing for the pull-up. See y'all in September. I land.
White supremacy notification. Bring your ass. Bring your ass up. Go ahead, Mac.
Yeah, as far as holding popular people accountable, I don't even know what the fuck that mean on the app other than like I guess the cliquish.
Do you have some learning comprehension skills of the English language?
No, it ain't that. I just don't know how a person I never met could be popular, but I know when I hear a message that sounds crazy with regards to the Irie guy. I'm gonna say his name because that's who I got in mind. Now, I don't know how popular he is because I never seen the man in real life, so I don't know him. But I just say this: a lot of people was following that message. I heard the man talking in circles, and at some point in time, he introduced a whole new acronym to this debate, which everybody seems to be confused about as to what uh, they want to be. And when I seen that behavior, I called it out. But I've been going to spaces where he's at so he could address me. Okay. Every time I try to allow the man to address me, he boots me. So I get it. He don't want to have that conversation. But I agree with somebody to say the term Negro is based in negativity. And as far as the word Irie being nice, that's what it comes out to be. Nice means immature and childlike. So anybody that understands etymology knows that a lot of the garbage that he talks is just it don't add up. But no, as far as celebrities I can call popular celebrity types and people that chase that type of clout. I'm not into that. I have integrity, so that's what I base everything on, and I'll just leave it there.
I mean, what do you call individuals that are clearly displaying a certain type of behavior but are above correction? Do you not see that like a celebrity type of status, or?
Well, with this movement, that don't exist because
No, it exists.
that well, I mean that this movement is about reparations,
I understand what it's
delineation.
about, but people are making it about something else and it's going around unchecked. So now we're past the point about it's not about that. When you see smoke, there's a fire. Do you see what I'm saying? Like what? I'm not understanding. So help me understand what you're saying.
What I'm saying is them niggas don't matter. The movement and what we doing is what matter at the end of the day. These niggas is a bunch of people that got some people to push follow.
Yeah, I apologize. I want to know why my name was mentioned by a spineless, weak. Don't stop mentioning my name. I mean that. Stop mentioning my name. You are weak. And the issue is that our men are allowing this to continue to happen. That's what the issue is. They ain't nobody or none of that. Everybody is somebody, and we need to actually find out who everybody is. So when we can't diminish nothing, Nothing at all. Like, take it serious. And the fact that somebody can continue to be allowed to consistently disrespect us and ain't nobody checking it, that's a serious problem to the movement that you're talking about, sir.
Like I told you, the individual that I caught out of pocket, I dealt with. I checked. I called him out. That's it as far as I've seen from what I know.
What do you
I've been
do
on here
with
a
the
month, so I don't have the
individuals?
experience that
Mac, I
some of
got
y'all
you.
have
What
with
do you
some of these
do,
individuals.
Mac? What do you do with the non-average individuals with a bigger following than most people who have individuals who group think that when presented with new information, they're not able to retain the information. They can
Okay,
hear it,
I'll
they
tackle
can't
it like
retain it.
this. I'll tackle it like this. Like a lot of people have said, I'm not a Jason Black fan. Me personally. I'm not talking about nobody else. Me personally. I don't like the disrespect that comes from that. I don't sit at space generally. Uh, I don't even like the concept of B1 after he explained it. Because to me, and I agree with a lot of other people, that is Pan-Africanism to some degree. And delineation is about actually us circling the wagons and focusing on ourselves. So I ain't about to let another nigga who came into this thing called this reparations delineation movement after me, before what I've been doing, going back to LA 91, 92, tell me what this shit is. Because I remember people like Molly Bell and Mr. Peoples of LA pushing reparations way back in the early 90s. No nigga named Jason Black was even on the scene. Okay? Jason Black was arguing with Cynthia G in 2015. Okay? I seen it. I seen him. So I understand who some of these individuals are in the more popular roles, but then a lot of these niggas are not even all that when it really comes down to it. You see, I'm not, like I said, I'm not familiar with all the individual players on Twitter yet, but I am kind of familiar with the Secure the Tribe movement because I spotted that on YouTube and found a consistent message. And the message was one of holding people accountable, having integrity. And so I said to myself, I like that. So I've never really had an issue with anything that ever came from Secure the Tribe because I don't see a popularity contest in that movement or that, you know what I'm saying, that affiliation. So when I do spot the bullshit, and like I say, talking 5 and 10 minutes about nothing, and then at the very end, uh, uh, throwing a message out there that goes against what we're doing. That's Hegelian dialect, bro. That's how you hide information or make people dizzy with information and then throw in the message at the end you want them to have. I don't support shit like that. So I'm gonna leave it there.
Okay, so we got some things on the Jumbotron. Tell us how you feel about that.
I'm looking zestily. I don't even know who that is. I heard the name Afro Elite before, but I
Go
don't
through
really know
all
his
of the
message.
Jumbotron. And then while you're looking at that, we're gonna get back to you, brother. Go ahead, sister.
Okay. Damn, I hate to say this because I don't want y'all to think that I'm petty. But anyway, we had a nice little conversation yesterday. What was his name? Irie Farmer. And it was another man that he had up there trying to defend the word Negro, whatever. So we told Irie about himself. And I'm turning around while we sitting up here having a conversation. I'm going skimming through things. Why is this young man holding a session right now talking about the history of American Negro? Are y'all sure that Irie not American? Because he is very interested into Black Americans. Y'all sure he not American? I swear. Because he is too interested.
Well, he's in Canada with a Jamaican name, Irie.
Africans have been in our business since January, and it doesn't make them American. And they
Okay.
stay in our business.
They've been in our business for the last 2.5, almost 3 years. Like, we have 2 years of recordings of these Africans, right? So no, everybody want to be involved in what the hell we got going on, because we set the precedence, because we are the original blacks. We are that. And so that doesn't mean anything.
When you the baddest bitch in the club and you the nigga with all the money and the baddest car, everybody want to ride. And we're tired. This mink is heavy and you can't get on the back of it. Let me drink some coffee. I'm sorry.
I just want to say this too, because I say it to white folks as well. If you're not us, you're not American. You're a U.S. citizen. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, because you know what, you're right. Because how do we say that Elon Musk is African American, but they say he ain't no African. They say he's European. So how you come over here and become a black American from Africa? How you come over here
You
and
can't
become
even be American because they never mixed. That's what I'm saying. We just have immigrants on our land for hundreds of years.
Right. Exactly. And yeah, but it don't work the other way around. That's all I'm saying. It don't work there. I don't go over there and become a Igbo African just because I moved over and became a citizen of whatever country they in. So I feel that. And they keep running that same scam.
Go ahead, Wani.
So the other troubling thing that I heard from the Negro cult was that they did not like state reparations plans. They hated that. And they said we should just focus on H.R. 40. That all of these states' efforts are weakening the claim. So that's also, I've never heard anyone say that this weakens the claim. And I've never heard anyone just say throw all the state's efforts out the window and focus on H.R. 40. That was also suspect.
Anybody talking like that doesn't know American history. It's what a lot of wars was fight over. You feel me? People got to start respecting that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we the corporation, the U.S. You know what I'm saying? This is America, but each individual state has its own laws of the land. I can't go to Florida, California. You know what I'm saying? And Philly, what's Sister April at? California, what's Sister Wani and Yaya at? And talk about Houston. And I fuck y'all. And Houston is this. And man, I seen one video. This girl and her best friend. They said, they came from Chicago. They was like, yeah, we about to take over the city of Houston because they can't dress here. You see what I'm saying? It's like shit like that. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You got to respect the laws of the land. But folks from other places just feel like their laws don't have to be respected. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. So, nah. Federal, nah. Mark, go ahead.
All right, so you asked me to look at the Jumbotron. Now, one of the things I find troubling is this thing about if you ain't got money, you can't lead. Like I say, this movement is about integrity. Actually, having some skin in this game and enough ability to stand for something that means something, and that don't always take money. So, anybody basing anything just on money, I'm always looking at them kind of side eye. Because a brother I build with, very intelligent, going to school and everything, and has foregone making a living just to teach and research on behalf of black people. Man could have had anything he wanted, but he went and threw the money to the side and spent 40 years researching and teaching. So I disagree with that type of shit. There was another comment up there too. Somebody made, man. As far as calling ICE is not pro-black. Well, let me tell you this: when you gaslight a group of people, a lineage, and say it's a hate group, like I continue to say, that hashtag has been created to notify the ADL and the SCLC That's who the internet companies have hired and brought aboard to identify problems that they deem as a censorship issue for their websites or their web companies. And so once they put you in the system as that hate group, every time you go out in the media or the press, they're gonna respond. They're gonna they're gonna reply to you as being a hate group or a group that the ADL has identified as a hate group. I've seen it happen with the Nation of Islam from the ADL. I've seen it happen with Hebrew Israelites. I've seen it happen. Anybody that they problem in the black community that they put on their list, you will be labeled a hate group. So somebody over there knew that, and that's why they're using that hashtag. So that's a police act in itself. And so when they did that, I don't know how on the other end you can be yelling at calling ISIS police shit. I mean, you got what you gave. You know, it's like in California, you go to jail, the Mexicans telling on niggas ain't snitching. They don't hold each other accountable for it. You know what I'm saying? But then get mad when niggas run the same program back. It's snitching then all of a sudden.
Facts. You feel me? And when my pops told me about that, they said it's not. They call it not snitching when it's on us. You feel me? And they all on code. When folks start talking about, oh, in my hood, Mexicans say nigga, let them say it in jail. That's a race war.
Of
You feel me?
course.
Like
they people don't even allow them to talk like that. For one, they don't want them using word nigga and acting black. Two, if somebody overhears it, it becomes a flame. It becomes a eruption point. So to stop them from acting like us and acting more like they people, they got that rule in place. And two, to stop us from being mad over it and fighting over any and every fucking thing they don't allow them to say it. So a lot of this shit is like I say, bro, it come back to integrity to me. And when I don't see a consistency and integrity, I don't fuck with you. But see, like I said, I had a chance to listen to some of the Secure the Tribe stuff on YouTube. Somebody had a channel up, and I got a chance to listen to some of those recordings. So, you know, like I said, I got a chance to get more with that movement over there before I actually came over here. And I heard consistency. And when I heard how certain individuals dealt with the Jason Black situation, I said they got integrity, those people that was speaking. And so I don't come into this space to you know, get at it with y'all and nothing like that. I'm just telling y'all that I recognize integrity. I didn't recognize no names. It wasn't a popularity contest. I just saw a group of people that was standing on something that I didn't see coming from other little groups or whatever. And that's all I got to say about it, bro.
you know, you feel me? I be at work and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like finna head to work in about 25 minutes, you feel me? But I be feeling like certain conversations just gotta be had. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of past the point of just letting it. You know what I'm saying? And prime example is Tyler Perry. You know what I'm saying? She came up in the space after the viral space. We put the alert out. We told everybody what was going on, and it was like, oh, because it doesn't personally affect me, I'm not gonna speak about it. And then when it gets to this point, now everybody's upset. It's like, what the fuck? Am I not important? You know what I'm saying? When I got hit, you feel me? It's not important. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why does it take for you to get hit too? That offends me. That offends me as a Libra. If I tell you what's going on and they hit me, if they can hit you too, they hit us twice. So that's all I'm saying, man. Just certain conversations got to be had. Certain, like, for real. You know what I'm saying? When we be just, no more just allowing shit to be just sit back and idly be. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I gotta look at everything a different way. Like, folks shouldn't be able to come up in our room, gain popularity, know what we talking about, act like they're credible, and then months later, we don't know what the fuck out the way, bro. I can't stand these motherfucking drivers, bro. You need hotspot? Nah. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here, bro.
Facts, you know what I'm saying? And that's all I was trying to tell folks. And it was just, it's the more serious we got, the more people start like changing their tune. You feel me? Because that shit pissed me off. Folk, we had a conversation about ICE. That shit really pissed me off. It's called ICE snitching. Yes. No. How? I need a new definition.
But brother, it is very hard to expect a lot from people who just got involved in this topic a year ago, a year and a half ago. They don't have enough skin in the game. I'm old enough to have voted on Prop 187, which took rights away from illegal aliens in LA, Northern California, period. We wanted to restrict them from being able to take our tax dollars and give them to these people. And the state overwhelmingly voted for it, to only have a judge strike it down as unconstitutional, whatever he deemed it. So I go way back to that. I remember trying to spread the word around the country to different people I knew and family and friends, and they just didn't want to hear it. They kept talking about how they get along with these people. And now these people have popped up in places like North Carolina, and the government giving them $177 million to get housing and all of this other stuff, coming right into the heart of Black America. And everybody is starting to see what we was talking about. And I feel good that some of the people have actually got a chance to see it, because, I mean, we're going to be affected now. I mean, you can't go anywhere, Washington, D.C., you can't go to New York without having this issue. Missouri, you know what I'm saying? Mississippi, it's everywhere now. But we tried to stop this shit way back then. And that shit was ground zero in LA. Me fighting 4 and 5 Mexicans on the bus by myself. You know what I'm saying? He going into the holding tank, 2 brothers sitting there, 8 Mexicans. And so you see relief on their face when we go in the holding tank with them, me and another brother, to know that they got some backup if some shit go down. And a lot of y'all niggas love this light skin, dark skin shit. Well, I'm a light nigga. But every time I entered a situation with a dark nigga that was having an issue and I held him down, the nigga always had love for me. So I never had the benefit of a motherfucker looking at me and saying, oh, well, he's light and he's dark. Get that one. Don't get the light one. No, we niggas at the end of the day. And that's how we ran that program. So I'm just saying, a lot of the little shit we was focused on back in the day, that shit really don't mean nothing when it come down to it. Because we fucking mayates to these motherfuckers. Okay? And, I just hope, I hope that the message is going to grow faster. We seem to be in a nice, good spot with being right up on some elections. And then 2 years from now, the presidential thing. Look like we got a good chance to let our voice grow. And reparations have become a topic on some mainstream shows every now and then. So I'm hoping this shit is actually gaining steam, and this is our time. So I'm gonna let somebody else speak. Go ahead, bro.
T, go ahead. Yo. Hey T, how you say your name?
Oh, what's good? Sorry, yeah. So,
Looks like toxic.
yeah, toxic, like spelled crazy. Spelled how in the dictionary, how they like show you how to pronounce the words like that. But what was I gonna say? Okay, yeah, in regards to the colorism thing, yeah. I don't know, like I feel like, yeah, I experienced more of that, growing up in New York. Like I would hear things, yeah, and thank you Wani for posting that clip about Major La Raza. Like, I may not have ever heard anybody say it, but I can see in, who a lot of people may pick as their mates or things of that nature, that I can see how that is true.
I would say a lot of those problems we wasn't having until these this influx of foreigners started coming into our home.
Yeah, colorism big in the islands. You know, they be doing all that bleaching. You know that.
Well, I spoke to her brother because I seen a post somebody had. It was a female, and she had light skins and dark skins, and she wanted to reply as to what do you prefer. And I'm just saying to myself, man, we still on this kind of bullshit, but we talking about like, you know, reparations and all kind of other shit. But then I looked
Right. That was
closely.
a Haitian chick,
I was
and
about to say I
she
looked closely at her profile. She was Haitian. I said, oh shit. So this
that
this
shit went
this they
viral. She took it
bullshit.
down.
Yeah.
And
Well,
that's
that's
what
the
I mean
important.
about giving them
Skin,
that so much fuck.
light skinned dudes or girls or whatever the fuck that is going on, not being tough, being suckers because they're light skinned. I don't know where the fuck they came from. Okay, because the
That's
first time I
bullshit.
got my ass whooped was from a high yellow bitch. Okay, light, bright, damn near white. She damn near killed me. Okay, in the fourth grade. She was strong and tough. I had never been hit like that before. I'd always won easily. Okay, bitch almost took me down. Okay, so that shit started in this new generation, my kids' generation. That shit started. So my son is considered borderline light skinned. He's had to fight his whole life. He's beat the shit out of kids ever since the kindergarten, and I know it's because that's when those immigrant black melanated people came into the school. They got y'all generation. They came right on in with you with all that colorism. Okay? And I'm sure there's a many girls that have gotten knocked out by light skinned bitches believing that Caribbean shit that they tried to sell them. No, don't do that. Because when I was growing up, it didn't matter what shade of black you was. You talk that shit, you was going to get your ass whooped by whatever shade you was talking shit to. Okay? I don't know nothing about that.
And this is what delineation means, right? Being specific. Like, that's what we should be doing. Like, when people say weird shit, when people do weird shit, when people are on TV, mute, everything, said somebody open their mouth and it sound off, I'd be like, damn, what's their lineage? That's my first question for everyone now. And so it's a part of the delineation, right? Because like Kevin Samuels, right? I've said this before, but when Kevin Samuels passed away, it was a whole bunch of vitriol, right? And then it was like, black women are this. No, nigga, it's foreign people.
It's flag Twitter.
Yeah, you got to actually start looking at who is saying exactly what, and so that you can kind of decipher it, right? Instead of leading with, because our black men, our black women, we have gotten a bad rap for a lot of fuck shit. And that shit has to stop. It starts with delineation. That's why delineation is so important. It's literally one of the most important things that we could be doing with our lives. Go ahead, Juan.
Oh, I was wondering if they forgot about Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard and a whole bunch of other light skinned men that beat everybody's ass righteously. And it didn't matter. It didn't matter at all. We would kick your ass no matter what shade you were.
The only thing different between the light skin and the dark skin is the light skin marks would show up. That's the only difference.